McCart, IFLTV, delighted to be joined by Mr. Dave Caldwell himself. Dave, what do you think of the different mics? We've got 2 mics instead of the 1.
I'm liking it.
Professional.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's like you stepped up levels.
It's only took me 8 years, but listen, I'll get there. This man to my left, Ellis Price, you said to me for so long now that this is a special kid. I just jokingly said to him there, what took you so long? I mean, first round knockout, can't get better than that.
No, was it 3 knockdowns, 2 knockdowns? He's a really good kid, and he deserved that because I said to him before we went out, you couldn't have done any more in training. You couldn't have prepared any better. You couldn't have any better sparring. You couldn't have performed better in sparring. Everything to do with how he lives his life. He lives it. He's got the desire. He's got the discipline. And I said to him, I says, just go and enjoy it. I just want you to enjoy it. A little bit eager after his first knockdown, but that's to be forgiven because he's a 21-year-old kid and he just wants to get his career going and have people, understanding what his talents are. But I thought it was really good.
I'm a coach now as well, and I like to look over and see. I mentioned that, but I like to look over and watch what you said because he did get the first knockdown. Look at you straight away, and you said something to him, and he sort of nodded his head. What was it? Yeah. Teach me.
No, I can't tell you.
Let me in the secret.
We have a little. I've forgotten what. No, I haven't. Yeah, you've thrown me now.
The secret.
No, I was just making sure that he calmed himself down. That's it. I want him to slow it down, pick it a little bit, because when you're looking for that spectacular finish. Sometimes you can put your punches a bit too quick, and they don't quite get the power into each shot. So just settle down and take your time a little, pick your shots a little bit. And I also said to him when he came close to me, I said, when he brought his opponent towards my corner, you don't have to get rid of him in the first round. But he did.
Experience, and that's experience. And he's done this. I think his debut was a 6th round and it went the distance, and he's had that first round knockout now. So he's done it. He's got the first round stoppage. He's done the 6th round. So what's next?
Get him out as soon as possible. There's a lot of good fighters that are signed to got good prospects that are signed to all the promoters. Ellis is a kid that is not signed with a promoter. He's getting opportunities. We had an opportunity with Wasserman. We had an opportunity today with Sky and Boxer, which he's over the moon with. Want somebody to look after him and to understand how good this kid can be and to develop him. He's going to be very, very good. He's 21 years old. He's the youngest one in my stable. I've said it before. I've got a great stable.
We spoke about this.
This kid, honestly, he's going to be special.
We spoke about your stable, and you mentioned that Ellis has been on a Wasserman show. He's been on the Sky Sports Boxer show. What, next Warren, next turn? What's happening?
Well, I just want him to fight as soon as possible. Listen, that was. He's had some great sparring with Dalton, and he's going to have a week off. He's going to get back into the gym, and he'll be ready to go whenever. If I can get him out as soon as possible, I will do. That's the plan. I just want him to be active. I want him to learn in the ring. He's got plenty of charisma. We're going to have a lot of fun with this kid. I'm not interested in calling out big names straight away after 4 or 5 fights, but he is a kid that if he's looked after, he's going to be very good, mate.
And listen, like I said to you, I'll enjoy my half an hour, 30-minute long Zoom interviews with you, and we did speak about you having probably the best young stable in the country right now. You mentioned Ellis, you've got Stevie Cairns, you've got Dan Toward, you've got Hopi, who's still only, 24?
24.
24, you've got Hopi. Yeah. I'm missing somebody that's young in there. Lerone Richards will be a bit older.
Lerone's old.
Yeah. So I'm all right saying no. Have I missed anyone?
No. Dan Toward, Hopi, Ellis, and Stephen Cairns. My four young prospects. I think that the lot of them have got so much talent, but they've got the right attitude. We get the work done in the gym, the discipline, and more importantly, what we do in the gym, they're doing when they go out and fight. We're not bothered if we get a first round knockout or if it goes the distance. But if they do if you look like Steve's getting stoppages, Dan Towers getting stoppages, Hope he stopped his last man. Ellis stopped his man. There's a little bit more to them than just being good boxers. They're clever fighters, but there's a little bit more to them than just being boxers. They can fight, they can punch, and they can put people away. Listen, Ellis, it's his second pro fight. You don't expect him to fight anyone. the guy that was in with his first fight and it went the distance with, what I take value from is that the kid himself rated Ellis as the best kid he's been in with, and he's been with everybody. And the guy that gets all his fights for him from Queensbury, he told me that he's never seen anybody do a job on him like that. Barry Jones is telling me that Ellis is one of the best debuts he's ever seen. That I take more value than that. This is nice, but it's the progression of what he's going to be doing. And we understand at this level, you can't go overboard about him. But what I'm saying to you is that what I see in the gym, what I see with him with quality fighters in sparring, and when they're hitting him, you know, obviously he didn't get much back there, but with quality fighters, he's getting hit in sparring, and or they're trying to hit him, or they're putting him in comfortable situations he's dealing with, he's learning from. And I see that for how he's going to develop with time, with fights, and you know, fights under the lights. He's going to be good, mate. Stephen Ken's going to be really good. Hope is going to be great. A lot of them. I genuinely believe this group of young prospects that I've got, I wouldn't swap them for anybody. And I mean that. You know, there's a lot of them getting hyped, a lot getting rushed and whatever, and they're all doing great. I'm not saying I devalue any of them. I'm just saying I won't swap any of my 4 young prospects for anybody around.
And listen, they are some good prospects, and I'm telling you right now, Dan Toward and Stephen Cairns are doing their thing. We spoke about them and obviously Ellis Price here, but I do want to jump off topic here and take a hard segue left like I normally do with you, Dave, and get your opinion on other things. You know the score. Turki Ellis Sheikh has came out with, I don't know if you've seen his interview with Carl Froch, and he's gave off the 5 fights he wants to see this year, and I probably want to forget them. It's Canelo Crawford,
right? Joshua
Fury, Ben Eubank, Usyk, Dubois 2, and I'm missing one. I can't remember what it was. It's going to kill me if I don't remember.
Right.
But
well, I haven't seen it, so
he's came up with that 5 fight. But when you look at those 4 fights that I have mentioned until I think of the 5th one, what one do you think makes more sense and looks like it will be made? It can be made right now.
He can make any fight. So what fight can be made? Listen, if they're the fights that he wants to be made, they'll all get made. I think in terms of time frame,
Garcia Haney too. That was it. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
Yeah. Yeah, any of those fights you'd want to see. But in terms of timeline and the fight that we need to see ASAP, Fury Joshua.
Still an appetite?
100%. Come on. 100%. It's one of those where people say, oh, they're past it, they're this, they're that. Who cares? Would you... You know when you talk about Carl Froch and Joe Calzaghe, you're gutted and you're sick because that fight never happened. And you can still talk to this day about who you think would have won. We will never, ever know. We was at that sort of stage with Khan and Kell Brook.
Yeah.
We know they weren't both at their prime, but it still happened. Sold the venue out, did great numbers on box office, and everybody was talking about it, and everybody was interested in it. And then we got a result. And now you have, and it'll never go, is who do won at their prime. This is the same sort of thing. Joshua and Fury might not be at their best and their peak of their powers right now, but they're still 2 of the most recognisable, most sought-after photos in this day and age that fans want to get with. You know, they want to get a photo with Fury, they want to get a photo with Joshua, they want to, you know, the legends of the sport in British boxing. So we want to see him fight, because otherwise it's going to be one of those where, if it happens now, they get it done now. In this moment in time, we see who's the best. But we'll always have that who would have won at the peak. Because that's what people do. That's what people do, and it'll always happen. Mayweather, Pacquiao, people still say the same thing. You know?
So where's the line? Obviously, you want them to fight each other, but you don't want 2 prospects going at it early on, do you? Or do you want sort of like a 10-0 fighter against a 10-0 fighter?
I didn't see this with Turkey before about the 5 fights, but what I did see, I just saw a clip where he said that boxing needs to get to a place, or fighters need to get to a place where losing doesn't matter, like the UFC. This is what we need. This is what we need. But promoters need to also fall in line with that, because a prospect gets beat, it gets stuck down to the bottom of a pile. I'm not talking about if he gets beat against a kid that's like lost 9-110. I'm talking about if they get matched up in a good fight, they get beat, they get forgotten about for a couple of years. They have to come all the way back. If fighters and managers don't feel as though, we would take the fight, but If he gets beat, he's going to get put on bottom of the pile. What we're going to do, if they know bringing back this, building back up, not a problem. I think you're going to see more prospect versus prospects. You're going to see more like, you know, contender versus contender fights, rather than contender, waiting until they can become mandatory and nothing's happening. They're having shit fights that nobody cares about. But if you take away that jeopardy of they're going to be sat on the sideline because promoter, as soon as you get beat or look half beatable, they go on to the next prospect. While ever there's that, fighters are going to be like, nah, because I don't want to put myself in that position. You know, and I like what Turki Al-Sheikh said there, where he has said, you know, the Mayweather thing is a one-off, you know, once in a blue moon, you know. Let's get the fights made, and you know, we keep. That's how the fighters of the old school would learn, come back, because having real fights, coming back, get beat, come back, get beat, come back. There you go.
Definitely. When you look at the last two performances from Joshua, obviously getting knocked out by Dubois, and then Tyson Fury 2 losses to Usyk in his last couple of fights there. Who's the favourite going into it? Do you think?
I would think you'd have to say that Fury's the favourite, because Fury got beat by the generational talent that is Usyk. He's not. When I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Fury's done," or he's not at his best. I don't know how much he's got left, but he's not. Some people are a bit disrespectful about it. He got beat in two close fights. Listen, I thought Usyk won both, but the two close fights where I understand if you see it the other way. That means it's a good fight. That don't mean that you've got nothing left and you need to retire. He's lost to the elite. You understand?
Yeah.
And AJ got beat by Dubois, who can punch like fuck. Right? You'd have to say that Fury's the favourite, but that doesn't mean that Fury wins the fight, because Fury doesn't hit like Dubois does, and I don't think that Fury would that AJ would have that fear, or I don't know.
The fear of what's coming back at him.
As much. I think he'd be like, I'm gonna have it, because you're probably looking at Fury and thinking Fury looks a lot more vulnerable than what he did in his early career. You know, look at the amount of knockdowns he's been getting. And you think maybe somebody who can punch like AJ, he'll probably roll the dice. I think it's a great fight. Let's get it done.
That's what I mean. Like when you talk about right now, there is an appetite, because it's getting me thinking now. Listen, I want to see it.
Why not? Of
Definitely. Why not?
What else is there? What else is there for him to fight? What else is there? You know,
there's nobody out there for each other right now. I think the perfect fight for Joshua and the perfect fight for Tyson.
But what else is gonna be bigger than that? Nothing. Listen, you'd like to see Fury fight Dubois.
Yeah.
You'd like to see Bakoli fight Fury or Bakoli fight AJ. You'd like to see those. There are fights for them there. That's what I'm saying. When people are saying, "Oh, they've done, they need to pack up," there are. But if the appetite's there for them or not, I don't think a Fury or an AJ, after what they've done in their career, are going to look at these young guns coming through and think, "Yeah, I'm going to give you an opportunity." Why the fuck are they going to do that? But let's me and you settle it. See who's the better man. Let's go. I think that's where the appetite is. And
Money, as you say, Dave. I've had you for 50 minutes and there's loads of media here, and I'm probably getting eyes like stared at the back of my head. Look,
yeah,
see,
there's one over your left shoulder.
There's one
right
I was looking there. I was like, who's looking? George is waiting patiently, so I'll let her get a grab of you, Dave. And as always, thank you so much for doing this for IFLTV, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Nice one.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.